Hey, Summerhill Cinema 700 here with a quick little movie review on the 1988 film Black Eagle, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme as well as Sho Kosugi. Um, and before we get into this review, I just wanted to quickly say recently I surpassed 100 subscribers on YouTube, so I just wanted to say thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. And when I started this channel out, I never even thought that I'd get to like 20 subscribers. So having 100 is more than I could have ever asked for. So I really appreciate everybody that subscribed to my channel. And as I say in a lot of my videos, definitely always let me know in the comments if there's a particular movie that you want me to review, or a particular video, an action figure collection, or anything like that that you want to see. Let me know, and let you know what I can do. So thank you very much for 100 plus subscribers. Greatly appreciated. We'll get into this film quickly here. So I watched this several days ago, maybe 4 or 5 days ago. I had never seen this film before, but I saw that it had Jean-Claude Van Damme, so I thought, oh, I'll check it out. I saw months and months back that MVD Rewind Collection had released this film on Blu-ray. And if you're familiar with them, they've released some pretty great Van Damme films on Blu-ray before, like Lionheart, Double Impact, and whatnot. So I thought, oh, this might be worth buying on Blu-ray, but I thought, I'd like to watch it. I looked it up online, a few things, and didn't have the greatest reviews, so thankfully, recently, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I've been watching some Tubi TV, which I just discovered recently. And this film, thankfully, is on Tubi TV. You can stream it for free. And so I gave it a shot and enjoyed it enough to do a quick little review on it here. So anyways, we'll just get in. I'll read the plot here on Wikipedia. Just because I haven't watched it in several days, I forget a decent amount of what happened. I'd rather not have to read off Wikipedia, but we'll just do that quickly. So anyways. Ken Tanny, a martial artist and special operative for the American government codenamed Black Eagle, is summoned by his superiors after an F-111 carrying an experimental Black Ops laser tracking device was shot down over Malta by Russian forces. A group of elite KGB agents led by Colonel Vladimir Klimenko and his brutal and enigmatic, probably pronounced that wrong, right-hand man, Andrei, who is Jean-Claude Van Damme. They have been dispatched to Malta to retrieve the device for their own ends. Tanny, alongside CIA agent Patricia Parker and his sons Brian and Denny, travel to Malta to find the device before Andre does, leading to an eventual face-to-face encounter. So yeah, basically, main character in this film is this Ken character played by Sho Kosugi. And like I read in the plot here on Wikipedia, this plane gets shot down. He basically goes to Malta to try to retrieve it, but he's not the only one trying to retrieve it. The Russian KGB soldiers are also, or whatever, agents are also trying to get it. And we see him go there. We see him trying to find this thing. We see him, he dives in the ocean. He goes underwater, and you see this like sunken jet plane. It's a pretty cool scene how they did that. And he's trying to retrieve it, but it's not working out. And then while he's doing that, like this boat comes over and they're like asking, like, what are you doing? And he says, oh, I'm just like, I'm a scientist, just doing like experimental research in the ocean floor or something like that. And he has all these people along the way helping him out. There's like this guy, I think he's a pastor or he's a priest. Then there's this other guy, some like ex-soldier or whatever. So basically his character is retired. He wasn't a special agent. His code name was Black Eagle. But he doesn't do this stuff, I guess, very much anymore. So they go to him and they ask, look, you got to go and retrieve this. He says, fine, I guess I'll do it. This will be my last mission, and then I'm out. And, yeah, really, that's the entire plot of the movie. It's just him trying to retrieve this thing, but he ends up getting chased down by the Russians while he's staying in Malta. And I'll just mention, too, quickly, that this country that this film was filmed in is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful country in the Mediterranean Ocean, so the locations and everything in this film were absolutely fantastic. But anyway, so while he's there, he's like staying in a hotel. He keeps getting like attacked. There's people like breaking through his windows, trying to shoot him. And his two kids, who are probably like 12 or 13 years old, end up coming with that CIA agent lady. I guess they just want to be able to visit their dad, even though it's probably not a good idea while he's on this like dangerous mission. But anyway, so we see a lot of like his kids wanting to hang out with him, but he can't because he's always on these missions, and the kids like are all sad because their dad's never around and whatnot. And really, the movie plays pretty slow, and a lot of times you just see the kids walking around with this lady who's like basically their babysitter, but she's working for the CIA. And then you just see that, and then you see him going on these like missions, taking out like these Russian guys. And anyways, there's like this one boat that's always driving around the harbor, and it's got these KGB guys on it, and one of the guys is Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you always see him on the boat. Like there's a scene where he's doing the splits and he's like throwing like ninja stars. He's like into a board or whatever. It's pretty funny. But you don't see him a lot in the film. You basically mostly see this Ken character, the Black Eagle, going around taking out these Russian guys. This is really, it's hard to explain because there's a lot of different stuff that happens in this film, but at the same time it's like slow and it's kind of a boring plot. There's a cool scene where he's up on a mountain and he like jumps off with like one of those hang glider things, and he's like gliding down, and his two kids end up getting kidnapped with the CIA agent lady that's watching them. They end up getting kidnapped and taken to this place. They're held hostage, and then the Black Eagle, he ends up going and saving his kids and stuff, and then there's like this big shootout, and then like he's working with that guy who's a priest, and I guess I don't know if he was an agent or whatever, but he definitely knows how to use heavy weaponry. So there's a lot of scenes with him, and they're going undercover and all this stuff, and it's really just like, it's an entertaining film. It's a decent action film, but it's kind of boring. Like there's a lot of times in this movie where you're going, this is like really slow. Like I hope that it would pick up. And even the action scenes themselves weren't that great. There are a few good fight scenes with Van Damme and Sho Kosugi, but they could have been, even those, they could have been a lot better. So overall, this film, it was decent. There's definitely much worse 80s action films, but there's definitely much better ones. You know, if you compare this to something like the Delta Force or Missing in Action, those films are far superior to this, but it's still an entertaining film. Like I said, there's definitely worse films out there. You don't see Van Damme a lot, but if you are a Van Damme completist, you might want to check this movie out. Like I said, one of the things that makes this movie worth it is the scenery in this country of Malta. It's absolutely beautiful. There's we see a lot of cool like car chasing scenes around the city, and they're like these really narrow streets. So there's some good car chase scenes. There's some good like boats blowing up and stuff like that. You see him flying around on a hang glider, and he's got all these different devices and stuff that he uses. He's almost like the adult version of Data from the Goonies. Almost is kind of what he reminded me of, Data in his adulthood. Besides the location that this was filmed in, which I think is the highlight of this film, the soundtrack is also really good. It's this nice action soundtrack, kind of like a Missing in Action, or even The Predator. It kind of sounds kind of like that. Now, this film came out in 1988, which is the same year that Bloodsport came out, and I believe this came out a little after Bloodsport. And Bloodsport is definitely a far better film than this. It's one of my favorite 80s action films, action and or martial arts films, and it's definitely my favorite Van Damme movie, I'd say. Absolutely love Bloodsport. But this is definitely, if you're, like I said, a Van Damme completist, you probably want to check this out. If you're just, you like a few of Van Damme's films and you just want to watch a few of his movies, definitely this is not the one to watch if you're just starting out. Or Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Lionheart, Double Impact. There's tons of other ones. Time Cop, Hard Target. There's tons of great Van Damme films. This is not a great Van Damme film. It's a decent Van Damme film, but then again, it's not really a Van Damme film. But anyways, yeah, the location that it was filmed in and the music are definitely the highlights of this film. But overall, it's fairly slow. The story is kind of weak. Very basic plot. And even with that basic plot, it was fairly boring. But, to be honest with you, I might even end up picking up the Blu-ray from MVD just to have in my collection, because I am building up my Jean-Claude Van Damme collection. So anyways, I probably talked too much about this film already, but let me know if you've seen Black Eagle and what you thought about it. You can let me know down in the comments. And again, thank you very much for 100 plus subscribers, and we'll see you on the next video. And until then, all of you take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye.